Uh-huh. All right, it's 8:56 a.m. on a Sunday. Who wouldn't want to be up this early on a Sunday? You know what I'm saying? Um, and we're going to prep some Dungeons and Dragons. Currently, we're working on Curse of Strahd Daybreak. I had Curse of Strahd Classic last night. They are currently in the washer's basement. Um, things aren't going so hot. They took a very dark turn, and as this campaign demands, basically they sold out the washerwoman the um, to the Baron. And so the Baron sent Izek and like a kill squad to her house. And Yeah, yeah. So while the kill squad is there, the party is sneaking in to the house, trying to find the icon of Ravenloft or whatever. The treasure that they're looking for, the Taroka card reading. And yeah, it's pretty wild. It is pretty wild. So, that is not what's happening at Daybreak. Daybreak has a split party, and some of them are at the Coffin Shop. Now, if you're familiar with this game at all, this particular campaign, you know that the Coffin Shop is one of the biggest TPK spots in the whole campaign. A lot of DMs will tone it down. A lot of DMs will remove it. A lot of DMs will change it. I made it harder. Not the best move. So what I want to address first thing is we got to go look at the Coffin Shop encounter, and we got to figure out what to fucking do about it. Like I'm not gonna like change it up to save their lives just because they did a split part. I'm trying to honor the brutality and the danger of this setting, but I feel like we're gonna be we're gonna be low on characters soon. I don't know how many times they are going to die and start new characters before they give up on the campaign. I hope they don't. I hope we can take this thing all the way to the finish line, but it's getting pretty intense. So I wanted to address, after we looked at this encounter, I want to address like what could happen. This happened before when they were looking like they were going to get TPK from the werewolves. I want to kind of figure out what happens next. So this will also take into account the calendar with the bones being missing and the Festival of the Blazing Sun being tomorrow. All right, one step at a time, I guess. One step at a time. Let's head on over to the Town of Valakai, the Coffin Maker shop, and here we go. All right, so this is a 2-floor ordeal, and we'll go to the Town of Valakai. Oops. We'll jump down to Coffin Shop. Alright, this uninviting shop is 2 stories tall and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door. All of the window shutters are closed up tight, and a deathly silence surrounds the environment. Alright, well that's not true, because they went ahead and made this a see-through instead of a door. So we'll have to fix that real quick. There we go. And then we'll open it again and make it locked. I feel like I would need to do this for all the windows. So let's do that for all the windows. Let's see. Okay, that's a locked door. Okay. So these would all count as shuttered windows, essentially. Same deal with the second floor. So this is not the first time I've had a Benios map not match the adventure. Normally it's pretty damn good. But when it doesn't match, it's frustrating because I don't usually go. I kind of trust, trust it at face value. I haven't really been going in and being like, let me make sure everything's perfect. Let's see. So normal, light, and sight restrictions and doors. There we go. And then I guess we'll just go and lock everything ourselves. All right. Generally, when you shutter a window, you have closed the window in such a way, that it's barred from the inside, so people can't get in, and the wind doesn't blow it open and stuff like that. All right, I think we covered all the windows on the shop. That's good. Let's see. Henrik van der Voort is a mediocre carpenter and a troubled, lonely man. I tried to give him some dialogue last week. Let's see. All right, that's pretty good. I don't know why my the volume of my Edge browser got fucking jacked. Hold on. This will probably impact how loud the music is. Oh, sorry. Hold on. God, it's so fucking annoying. Just leave the levels the same. All right. Yeah, I don't know what it is that I'm running that occasionally just like resets all my sound settings, but I really hate it. All right, so he's a grumpy, angry old man. That's fine. One night several months ago, Strahd visited in the guise of an imposing, well-dressed nobleman named Vasily von Holtz, and promised the coffin maker good business in exchange for his help. Since then, his workshop has become the lair of a pack of vampire spawn former adventurers turned by Strahd. These vampires are lying low for the time being. The vampires plan to attack St. Andrew's Church. See St. Andrew's Feast. When Hendrik learned about the sacred bones buried under the church, the vampire spawn ordered him to steal the bones, which Henrik paid Milovage the gravedigger to do. Every window of Henrik's shop is a latticework of iron fitted with squares of frosted glass and locked from the outside or the inside. The outside doors of the shop are barred shut from within. If the characters knock on one of them, Henrik shouts, "We're closed, go away." If the characters accuse him of stealing the bones, he shouts, "Go away, leave me alone." If the characters break into the store, Henrik offers no resistance. He tells them where to find the bones. In the upstairs bedroom wardrobe, and the vampire nest in the upstairs wood storage room. If the characters report the theft of the bones to the burgomaster, Baron Valakovich dispatches 4 guards to arrest Henrik and retrieve the bones. If the guards show up during daylight hours, Henrik surrenders himself and the bones without a fight, claiming the vampires forced him to steal the bones. If the guards come at night, Henrik surrenders himself and tells the guards where the bones are hidden, but he won't retrieve the bones himself for fear of being killed by the vampires. Arranged haphazardly about the floor of this musty L-shaped room are 13 wooden coffins. Henrik stores and displays the coffins he's made in this room. All of them are empty. A table with 4 chairs is in one corner of the room, with a lantern hanging from a chain directly above. 2 well-made cabinets stand against the east wall. The cabinets are packed with worthless items that Henrik has collected over the years. I do want to point out that last week I really fucked this one up. I was still like really tired and exhausted from all the stuff going on with my day job, and I just was like, okay, you're going in the house, and I just started rolling initiative and setting up combat and stuff, and it immediately spooked all the players, and they tried to like flee. So I do need to address like what happens if they start this thing into motion and then they try to head out, sort of thing. Especially at night. All right. Let's see. The workshop contains everything a carpenter needs to make coffins and furniture. 3 sturdy workbenches stretch the length of the west wall. And then we got the kitchen. He prepares his meals here. Cool. That would be area D upstairs. And then what else do we got? Henrik's bedroom. This modest bedchamber holds a cot and several well-made pieces of furniture, including a table, a padded chair, a bookshelf, and a wardrobe. Henrik sleeps here at night and well into the morning. The bookshelf contains a handful of storybooks and carpenter's manuals that have been handed down through previous generations. The wardrobe in the southeast corner has a secret compartment in its base, requiring a DC 15 Wisdom perception check to find. Inside the compartment are 2 sacks, one containing the bones of St. Angel, and one containing 30 silver pieces and 12 electrum pieces. All the coins bear the profiled visage of Strahd von Zarovich. Alright, so I guess I'll make an item called the Bones of St. Angel. I don't know if we actually need the Bones of St. Angel, but, you know, we could make them pretty easily. Alright, my assets, go to maps, go to corpses, go to skeletons. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's see, what else? I was up till like 2 in the morning playing Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm a little sleepy today. The wardrobe in the southeast corner, blah, blah, blah. Vampire Nest. Alright. This large, drafty room is strung with cobwebs and takes up most of the upper floor. Stacks of wooden planks lie amid several crates marked junk. The 2 southernmost crates contain old junk that Henrik has accumulated over the years. The 6 crates in the northern part of the room are packed with earth and serve as resting places for the 6 vampire spawn that lair here. If they open one of the occupied crates, all the vampire spawn burst forth and attack. Teleportation destination. Characters who teleport to this location from Le Castle arrive at Area T on the map. Alright. So, let's see. There are 6 vampires spawn here. They are all former adventurers, so let's take a look at our 6 vampire spawn. First up, we got Jingles. Jingles is a vampire spawn, and they are sort of an evil jester. They have your standard bite attack. They have a claw attack. They have a multi-attack, only one of which can be a bite attack. The bite must be against willing, grappled, or incapacitated. Which is a little too late to add that now, but I just need to remember. I guess I should have labeled the attack so that I wouldn't make any mistakes. They have a triggered ability, Rush Attack. As a reaction when first bloody, the vampire can move up to its speed and make 1 melee attack without provoking opportunity attacks. They have Blood Frenzy, advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature that doesn't have all its hit points. They have Regeneration. Vampire regains 10 hit points at the start of its turn if it has at least 1 hit point and isn't in sunlight or running water. If the vampire takes radiant damage or damage from holy water, this trait doesn't function at the start of the vampire's next turn. They can spider climb. They have an ability called Made It Angry. While bloodied, the vampire spawn has advantage on saving throws against being charmed, frightened, knocked prone, and stunned. But they do have the vampire weaknesses, such as Forbiddance, harmed by running water, Stake through the heart. It has to be in its resting place for this to happen, and sunlight sensitivity, which it's the middle of the night, so that's going to be rough. It's also Barovia, so I'm not even sure if there is sunlight until you do the Argon Vostal quest. They're kind of fucked off of this one guy. A vampire's disadvantage on charisma deception checks while they are within 10 feet of garlic. Additionally, a creature carrying garlic has advantage on wisdom saving throws against the vampire's charm ability as long as garlic is carried openly and not in a bag or other enclosed or sealed space. Sanguine Consecration. A creature who has imbibed holy water within the last hour or is currently under the effects of the ceremony spell is protected by divine power. Whenever the vampire deals damage to such a creature with their bite attack, the vampire takes damage equal to the amount dealt instead of regaining that many hit points. So you basically poison your own blood, essentially. So he's actually pretty basic bitch. Like, he doesn't really do anything besides be a jester. I don't believe. Um, he's just a regular ass dude that's dressed like a jester. He's probably the easiest, most basic bitch of them all. So then we got Eve. Eve is a vampire spawn who, in addition to all those other abilities, has bombs. So she has acid bombs. She has alchemist fire. She has regular bombs, flash pellets, tanglefoot bags, thunderstones. She is also an air genasi who can cast shocking grasp and levitate. So that's a whole thing they got to deal with. So then we've got Zor the Ruthless. Zor the Ruthless is a half-orc, so we're dealing with that. And let's see what we got. He has a very high strength. He has the bite, he has the claws, and then he has... where is it? Why are claws listed as a feature? Like, buddy, we know you have claws. Hold on, let me delete that. He has Reckless, like a Barbarian, which I think is the main thing that he has different than the rest. So it's not too bad. I feel like he should have the Tenacity or whatever. The half-orc thing where you're going to die, but you don't die. Let's see. Half-orc racial features. Relentless Endurance. That's what we need. Oops, fucking hit the wrong hotkeys again. I'll get it figured out someday. Alright, so let's see. Relentless Endurance. There we go. Alright, but the problem is this man's has resistance to, like the normal stuff the vampire has, but huge HP, con strength, and he also has the ability to go reckless. So if he sees that the party doesn't have any means of hurting him, he's just going to go reckless. It's going to be really, really bad. This was to sort of simulate, this was to simulate like a really tough orc barbarian being turned into one. Because again, the adventurer keeps saying that these are former adventurers turned into vampire spawn, so we might as well make them interesting. Or at least a little more interesting than normal. This is Peterson. He's a vampire spawn. He doesn't seem to have anything super special going on here. We could probably give him some equipment, I guess. Like a sword or something. But he already has, like, his claws and whatnot. So, and generally they kind of want to claw people. But Peterson does sort of strike me as the kind of guy that might have, like, a fencing sword or something like that. It's kind of the vibe I'm picking up off of this guy. So what we'll do is we'll give him a rapier. +1. That's cool, because then they could get a magical item. Let's see. And we'll just call it an enchanted rapier. There we go. And then we'll give him parry as a reaction. That seems pretty good. Okay. Nothing great, but enough to, like, spice it up a little bit. Alright, and then we've got Lily. And Lily is a vampire spawn who... I don't know if she could do anything special either. Let me check. I don't know if these fuckers got updated or not. TBH. Because, like, I feel like we did more with these characters. Let's see. I'm glad I'm checking this now. Yeah, Lily's supposed to be like a fucking celestial warlock and shit. let me clear all these guys out and grab the freshest ones. Wow, I'm glad we took the time to look at this. They would have had a way easier time otherwise. All right. So, Peterson. Peterson is a vampire spawn fighter. Alright. And then Jingles. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bard. Yeah. Or sorry, a rogue. Alright. And then we got Eve. Evie? Oh. Alright. Eve. And I think Eve might have just been the same. That's fine. Zor the Ruthless. Let's see. Let's compare and contrast. Triggered ability, reckless, claws, blah, blah, blah. Alright, he was fine. Let's see. Lily. And then we need, Fafnir. And then we need Athena. Alright. So, that probably means I need to search my actual actors here and get rid of the extras. So, let's get rid of that Athena. We'll get rid of this Lily. Oh, there's a lot of Lilies here. Holy shit. Alright. Delete. And delete. Okay. Peterson. Oh my goodness. Alright. Delete. And delete. Okay. Zor the Ruthless. Try again. Let's see. 2 Zor the Ruthless. Alright. And then we got Eve. There's many Eves. Alright. I don't know which Eve this is. But I'll get rid of all the others. Hold on. Alright, that one still works. That's good. And then we get rid of the extra jingles. Alright. So it looks like I brought them over, but I forgot to swap them out on this scene. Maybe because I didn't think any of them would end up in this predicament. But, you know, shit happens. Alright, so let's do a quick rundown one more time. So Jingles is actually not a basic bitch vampire. He is a rogue. He also has something called a fear cackle. As an action, the red jester can unleash a fear-inducing cackle. All creatures within 60 feet that hear the cackle must make a successful wisdom saving throw will be frightened for 2d4 rounds. A creature frightened has a 50% chance of immediately dropping anything it is holding in its hands. He has an unassailable mind. The mind of the red jester is a twisted and dangerous place to peer into. If a living creature targets a red jester with an attack that normally causes psychic damage or tries to use telepathy on them, I don't think either of this is going to come up anytime soon. They must make a successful intelligence saving throw with an identical save, or have a permanent confusion effect that can only be lifted by a remove curse. Okay. Light-footed, the jester has resistance to damage taken as a result of a fall. Tumbler, as a bonus action, the jester can take the dash, disengage, and tumble through actions. Well, shit. Alright. Let's see. And then he has hideous laughter as a reaction. Okay. Wow. Alright. What is the trigger for this this reaction, I wonder? It's got fear cackle, unassailable mind. Okay. Well, that's not going to be very fun. All right, so what's Peterson the Fighter looking like? All right, so Peterson the Fighter has a great sort of wounding. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. All right, he has an action surge. He's got second wind. He makes 2 attacks per round. Uh, and he's wearing some armor. That's nice. I mean, that makes his armor the same, like only slightly better than if he was just using his natural vampire armor, but still, it's cool, man. Plus, that armor would drop for other people. Then we got Lily. Lily is a celestial warlock, and she has spells, which are very bad. She was sent on this mission because of her augury and locate object abilities. In case they needed to try and find the bones on their own, or if the bones got taken from them, they could get them back. Because, you're Strahd. You send a team of adventurers to do something, you want some qualified motherfuckers to get in there and do the job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just makes sense. Alright. She has something called the Star Chain. She has a bonus action, bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. Essentially, she can hit people with a chain of stars that she creates. Aurora, as a bonus action, the Face Seeker activates an Aurora in a 10-foot radius around itself until the end of the next turn. While this is active, the Face Seeker has resistance to all damage, and if hostile creature ends its turn within the radius, it takes some radiant damage, which is interesting because vampire. Alright. I feel like she'd probably be the boss of this mission. Because, she can cast radiant damage, and so the other vampires would probably be afeared of her. She's got Guiding Bolt, she's got Sacred Flame, which is great for hitting people who are down and causing an extra death save because they can't make a dex save when they're dying. So overall, just a real mean piece of work. I feel that at their current level, with their current equipment, with their general lack of magic items, and the party being split, any one of these vampires could kill all of them. There are 6 of them. Fuck. Will they all stay and fight, or will they flee when they see the situation that they are in? And finally, we have Athena, and Athena is essentially a beast heart, and she has a little dragon. She also has some spellcasting ability, Scorching Ray, Misty Step, Hellish Rebuke, Thaumaturgy, and Firebolt. And then her little baby boy is Fafnir, the Shadowflame Dragonling. These things are all over Castle Ravenloft. She has adopted one as her little pet, her little baby boy. So they're dealing with that on top of everything else. All right. So, I don't know. I think they're pretty fucked. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think they're pretty fucked. I mean, I can't really say how did this happen? How did we get here? Oh no! Like I know what's happening. It's really bad. So it's a very limited map in size. He copied the one from the adventure. There's really not a lot of wiggle room to kind of move around, so that kind of sucks. If they decide to head back in to the building, that's going to be a whole thing that they have to figure out what to do. It's also very dark, so outside, unless they have a light source, they're not really going to be able to see too well. Now, what if they decide to flee? This is where we need to bust out our notes. With the 30 minutes we have left. Alrighty. So, Daybreak. Let's see. There's a lot of Daybreak stuff from a couple weeks ago. Let's put this up top real quick. Alright, so now it is 6:11. Alright, they didn't go to Jenny Greenteeth, so that's not a concern right now. They went to Valakai, and shit is happening in Valakai. I'm going to move Valakai above Jenny, because I don't know if that's going to get to play out anymore. Alright, so Valakai, Nicholas Washer Kid is dead, Darius is the killer, bones are missing, Father Lucian will approach the party asking for help. He has done that. Festival, Ludmilla is overseeing the event, and Estraza intends to use the chaos of the event for a feeding frenzy. So they're both in town. Washer was tipped off by Vasily about terrorist attack and intends to kill, I keep calling him the mayor, kill Baron, whom she blames for her son's death, among other things. Alright. And she will summon a devil by sacrificing her still living cultist. Alright. Well, that's pretty fucked. But right now, we have the coffin shop incident. Okay. Party came at night, made themselves known, asked about the bones, broke in, fled, waffled outside. Alright, what would you do if you were the leader of a group of vampire adventurers whose mission is currently in jeopardy? I think that she would move someone to protect the bones. So I think that she would probably move Zor to protect the bones. And maybe even Peterson to protect the bones. I then think that she would have the remaining four people hunt the party. I don't think that she would pull all 6 people away from the bones. I think she would leave people to guard the bones. And then the other 4 would head out into the field, plus dragons, so 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. The NPCs really aren't too noteworthy, but they got 4 people here, so it's not like the end of the world. Oh wait, sorry, I counted Dana. They have 3 people. They're pretty fucked. 3 people, and then they've got a dragon and 4 vampires that will be hunting them. If they do decide to come into the building, I think that Henrik at this point would have run upstairs. I don't think he would want to be a part of this anymore. And I think Henrik would probably just be hiding on his bed at this point. Not answering, none of that. I also think that they, being vampires that can see in the dark and sense blood, they would probably turn out all of the lights. So we'll do that as well. Now the question is, how much can the characters see with the lights turned out? Alright, it's pretty damn dark. Okay. So, what else can we do? Let's go to... we want it to be really fucking dark. So let's go to the coffin shop. Now, there's a burning map, because apparently, historically, this place gets burned to the ground so much that Benio's Maps made a burning map for it. I don't believe they're going to risk losing the bones to this, so especially this close to the end. If the house got on fire, they would just leave, question mark, right? They would they'd open the windows, they'd crawl out with their spider climb, and they'd get away. So let's go to lighting, turn the darkness level way up. There we go. And then I'll give them some dim lights outside. Let's see. We will do only dim. And then we will do advanced option, shadows. There we go. All right. So what I'll do is I'll put these lights out and about. That way the outside area is lit. All right. So let me go into these characters, and it's really dark outside at this point. They could barely see with that dim light. And then the inside of the building will essentially, unless they have a light source, it should be pitch black. They should be unable to see. Let me check one more setting real quick. And that would be if there's global illumination. There is not. Alright, so for some reason this map actually fucking works. Alright. And then I think, yeah, Fog of War is already turned off. Excellent. Okay, so that's the thing. What if they decide to run away? Alright, then we have Valakai Streets. So we have 3 Valakai Street maps that they could be jumped on. I kind of like the idea of this one because it's got the festival flags and whatnot. I think that one looks pretty cool. This has a little bit of festival flags. This might be a good one as well as they're fleeing through the city. This seems like the least good one, but it is a nice narrow alley, so it could provide a very deadly scenario to fight in. I think we should probably go with map number 2 of them trying to flee, and then the vampires sort of crawling along the rooftops, following them, and then sort of jumping down to attack them. It's going to be real fucking bad. It's going to be real fucking bad. Alright. So with all of that sorted out. Oh, man. What is going to happen to these guys? Alright. So we have a Valakai entry, but we're also going to make an entry called... I guess we'll call it Predictions. Alright. Predictions. Predictions are dangerous if you think that you're being some kind of oracle or, you know, some kind of Greek myth or some shit, and you have to make sure this stuff happens. But I think predictions are very useful when you're DMing a sandbox game because you don't really have, there's nothing's on rails, you don't really have any fucking idea what's going to happen. So it's your job to try and think ahead of what is currently happening with what you know of the world and what could happen next. Alright, so my predictions for Daybreak are thus. Some people, some or all of the coffin shop will die or be taken prisoner. Bones will not be recovered. Let's see. Festival will occur. And let's read up on the festival again. Alright, St. Andrew's Feast. The characters can prevent this special event from occurring by returning the bones of St. Andrew to the church, or by destroying the vampire spawn hiding in the coffin maker's shop. If the characters stay in Valakai for 3 days or more and don't retrieve the bones or destroy the vampire spawn, Strahd visits the coffin maker's shop the following evening and orchestrates an attack on the church. This is Strahd himself. The vampire spawn begin the attack that night. They cling to the outer walls and roofs of St. Andrew's Church, while 4 swarms of bats enter the church through the belfry and terrorize the congregation. As the townsfolk flee the church, the vampires spawn, leap down, and attack them. During the chaos, Strahd enters the church in bat form, reverts to vampire form, and attacks Father Lucian. Unless the characters intervene, Strahd kills the priest before returning to Castle Ravenloft. If Father Lucian dies, locals bury his body in the church cemetery, whereupon it rises as a vampire spawn under Strahd's control. Fuck. If Rictavio learns of the priest's death, he suggests the characters burn the priest's body to ensure that it doesn't rise from the dead. Holy shit. Alright. The attack on St. Andrew's Church terrorizes and demoralizes the town. After a few days, fear turns to misdirected rage as townsfolk blame the burgomaster. Baron Valakovich's "all will be well" mantra can't protect him from their wrath. Barring intervention by the characters, the burgomaster's mansion is set ablaze, and the Baron, his wife, and his son are dragged in the town square, thrown into the stocks, and stoned to death. If he is still alive, Yggdrasil flees the town to avoid a similar fate. Where he hides is up to you, but likely locations include Old Bone Grinder, Argynvostholt, or the ruins of Berez. If the characters thwart the attack on the church and protect Father Lucian, Strahd pays a visit to Washer House, and there composes a letter, which he asks Lady Washer to deliver to the characters. The letter is written in Strahd's hand and extends an invitation to the characters to come to Castle Ravenloft. Lady Washer orders her spy, Ernst Lanark, or one of her sons, to take the letters to the character. If the characters open and read it, show the players Strahd's invitation. If the characters head towards the castle, they have no threatening random encounters along the way. Cryptic Muffin, this is going to be absolutely fucking bananas. I don't know if you've been here the whole time or if you're just joining us, but we went over the 6 vampire spawn that they have to deal with and their pet dragon, and I don't think it's going to go very well. Alright, let's see. Blazing Sun. Alright, the Burgomaster has decreed the Festival of the Blazing Sun will be held in the town square in 3 days. Blah, blah, blah. We extended it to a week. Blah, blah, blah. Festival of the Blazing Sun. Festival of the Blazing Sun. Blazing Sun. Blazing Sun. Blazing Sun. Alright. Special events. The Festival of the Blazing Sun takes place 3 days after the characters first arrive in Valakai. You can delay the festival if the characters get waylaid or drawn elsewhere, or you can advance the timeline if the characters seem to be in a hurry. Under threatening skies, a parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers trudge through the muddy streets, leading the way for a group of sorry-looking men and women carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The Burgomaster and his smiling wife, who holds a sad bouquet of wilting flowers, follow the procession on horseback. As weary spectators watch from their stoops, the ball is borne to the town square. There it is hoisted and hung from a 15-foot-high wooden scaffold. The townsfolk take turns splashing with oil before the wicker sun can be set ablaze. The sky tears open in a sudden downpour. All will be well, cries the Burgomaster as he brandishes a sputtering torch and marches defiantly through the rain towards the wicker ball, only to have his torch go out as he thrusts it into the spear. A singular laugh erupts in the crowd, drawing the Burgomaster's fiery gaze, as well as gasps from the townsfolk. The laugh comes from Lars Kjols. Oh my fucking god. Alright, hold on. How pronounce... Nothing? Alright. I think it's, here, hold on.
Kjurls.
I don't think it's Kjurls. I think it's Kjurls. A member of the town militia. The other guards are aghast at Lars's ill-timed outburst. The Burgomaster immediately has Lars arrested for spite, unless the characters intervene. Lars is bound to the ankles of the wrist and dragged behind the Burgomaster's horse for the amusement of all. And the Burgomaster rides the horse himself. Fuck! That's crazy. Alright, if this is a powder keg. This town is a fucking powder keg. It is about to blow the fuck up. Oh my god! If the characters challenge the Burgomaster in any way, he orders them banished from Valakai. If they protest, he orders the guards to arrest them, deprive them of their weapons, and force them out of Valakai at sword point. If the characters lose their weapons, the Keeper of the Feather eventually steal back the weapons and return them to the characters. Womp womp. If the guards fail in their duties, the Burgomaster retreats to his mansion, and the townsfolk flee to their homes, giving the characters free reign in town. Hot damn. That's a lot of people you have to kill all the guards in the town. That's some serious Solasta business right there. If you killing all the guards in the whole town. Yikes. Tiger. Carl and Nikolai Washer are young, foolish men from a proud, noble family. The drunken brothers sneak into Arisek's stockyard while everyone else is attending the festival in the town square. On a dare, one of them rocks the wagon. The tiger inside comes loose and starts attacking. The characters and everyone else in town hear the screams from the young men as the tiger escapes. The tiger flees the stockyard without harming the watchers, begin prowling the streets looking for escape. It's just a fucking tiger. It's just the dumbest shit in the whole world. Alright. This is such a dumb event. Just the dumbest fucking event. The other ones are really good, though. Alright, we need to look at raising the stakes from Lunch Break Heroes, because I think that they probably have some good insight as to what we need to do here. Not going to listen to them per se, but I am curious what they've got going on. Alright, the town of Valakai. Let's see. Primary NPCs, primary locations, the cracked anvil, the missing bones. Milovaj lives at the orphanage as a part-time caretaker. After 3 orphan boys went missing, he contracted the wolf hunters to find them. In order to get the money to hire the hunters, he was manipulated by Anastasia into stealing the bones. That's a much better reason than him thinking he needs to get his own place for them, but whatever. I like the idea that he got corrupted by Anastasia. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, it's there because when the game first came out, they were like, oh, you know tigers are cool. How are we going to get the druid to turn into a tiger if he doesn't get to see it? Not knowing that people were like, I don't fucking care about the rules. Turn into a triceratops. That's fun. Yeah. It's just a dumb move all the way around. And don't get me wrong. I think that he is a bit of a racist. Maybe a big racist. But, like, I don't need a special tiger scene to let me know that. What he does have instead of a tiger is a shield guardian, which can run rampant instead. So let's see. A demon on the loose. We already did the orphanage. That's fine. Missing servants. We already covered that. Vasily von Holtz. Good shit. Special events. The Feast of St. Angel. The biggest problem with the Feast of St. Angel event is the timeline. According to the module, it takes place on the same night as Festival of Blazing Sun, 3 days after the player's arrival. We recommend pushing it out so that the feast event takes place 10 days after the players arrive, as well as changing things so that Father Lucian only notices the missing bones 7 days after the players arrive, which we have done. This changes the timeline, sets the feast event apart from the events in the town, and gives your players the opportunity to get comfortable. No, I want it to happen at the same time. Anastasia's motivation in this encounter is to kill Irenia, and to do so in a way that impresses Strahd. This shit again. Let's see. She just whispered this information to Milovaj and enticed him into stealing him. Yeah. That's the good shit right there. Alright. Now, let's see. When Irenia and the characters enter St. Angel's Church, read or paraphrase the following. Half a dozen Valakians are scattered among the pews, praying under their breath. Occasional half-choke sob breaking the silence. A veiled woman, blah, blah, blah. She has a necklace of prayer beads with Bane, Bestow Curse, Dance Macabre, and Fear. Oh, man, that sounds pretty dope. Alright. Hold on. Where are you at, Anastasia? Alright. Because we need more magic items in the campaign. And I always forget, so... Prayer beads. Nope, that's not how you spell prayer. Let's try again. Prayer. Necklace of prayer beads. Got it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and grab these. And then I'm going to do... You know what? Fuck it. We'll just do that. There we go. Okay. So let's go and make this a magic item. And the spells are Bane, Dance, Macabre. That's definitely not how you pronounce it. What else has she got? Uh, 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 Bestow Curse and Fear. It makes sense for his peeps to have all these magic items because in the books it describes him as basically being like a third edition artificer with the amount of magic items this motherfucker would crank out. He was Strahd's a very powerful wizard, but like old school wizard where you can make your own magical items. All right. So, each of these is once per. So there we go. Consumption is 1. Maximum of charges on item is 4. Destroy at 0 charges. Set all these DCs to 15. I don't know if magic items even work for enemies, now that I'm thinking about it, but whatever. Cool. And it doesn't even have to be, yeah, sure, we'll say equipped and closed. And enemies can't equip items, so yeah, her spells would not turn on. Ah, what a pain in the ass. Alright, so to remind myself that she has them, I'll have to give them to her again. Hold on. Bane. And maybe we just turn that off. And she'll have them just for having it on her person. Hey, there we go. Excellent. So we can delete that. Alright. What do we have for time? 12 minutes, eh? 12 minutes till the fucking game, and then I gotta go to Spider-Verse right after the game, so I got no time at all. I gotta go put some pants on. I'm wearing pajamas, but I gotta go put pants on, so I'm ready to go to the movies right away. Alright. Are there any other spiciness here? I want them to happen on the same day. So when the festival fails, that night, I think, will be the attack. But the Baron's going to be in such a shit mood that, like, he can't fucking deal with everything that's happening. And we're just going to make it like a pounding rain, too. That just kind of shuts everything. And this will be the scene that just unhinges the mayor. Or not the mayor. The Baron all the way, essentially. All right. So we have a little bit of a better understanding of what happens next. So, festival will occur. Baron will lose his shit and succumb to darkness. Goes full tyrant. Alright. And drags a man to death in front of everyone, unless stopped. If players move to stop, they fight entire garrison and Izek. If they are losing, Washer's minions jump in, including the Bone Devil. Alright. Baron is captured. Whole family is executed. Alright. So that's one timeline that could play out. Let's see. Players leave Baron to it. Okay. Night after / same day as festival, Feast of Saint Andrel occurs. Alright, morale destroyed. Washer makes move. And 3 days later, Baron is publicly executed. Alright. Unless corpse is dealt with, Father Lucian will rise as vampire. Woof. Alright. That's an awful lot. That's an awful lot. God damn. Alright. Oh, yeah, I should probably add during the festival. Loses shit, succumb to darkness. So much happens all at once. Let's see. Shield Golem, or Guardian, whatever, is rampaging. Must be destroyed or shut down by Richard. Info gather. It broke out of Richard's wagon. Down at the... I can never remember what this place is called. Let's see. Tiger, blah, blah, blah. Stockyard. Aerosec Stockyard. I called it the stable last night because I couldn't fucking remember the name of it. I didn't feel like looking it up. Alright, so that's about the short term of what I predict is going to happen. I don't know, and I don't claim to know the long term of what's going to happen. I'm excited to find out. We'll have to see. Just kind of take it from there. Whoo! Alright. I don't think there's going to be any prep tonight. There shouldn't be a prep stream tonight for Mythic because we're prepped so far in advance for Mythic. I know if you're a Mythic fan, you're probably sad that we don't prep for Mythic very much, but right now, there's just nothing to do, and I'm tired, and I got to rest my voice, that sort of thing. We will have a game tonight at 8. If you're interested in hanging out. And then tomorrow night will be the epilogues and wrap party for Odyssey Prime. So our 3-year-long epic Greek Odyssey has gone from levels 3 to levels 20, and it is finally over. And we are going to close it out with some collaborative storytelling. And then we're going to do a Q&A with people in chat and each other about the campaign and see where things go from there. It'll probably run a little bit late, but I don't think it should be too bad. We'll probably go to midnight or so, and then, we just owe ourselves some sleep. Tuesday, Abomination Vaults and Cyberpunk Red. Wednesday, playing some Vigima games. I don't know which video games yet. We'll find out. Thursday, we're going to play some Curse of Strahd Nightfall. They will be going to a Castle Ravenloft, is I think what's happening. I don't know if they'll get pulled into the events of Valakai or not, but hey, we got some work done here on the Valakai prep. Friday, we might do a vodcast. Saturday morning, Red Handed Doom. Only 4 sessions left. Yesterday's Red Handed Doom session was one of the most emotionally charged and roleplay heavy ones of the entire series, and I thought it was a very good session. Setting us up for a big, huge battle and conflict and all that kind of stuff. Then we've got, I don't know what's going on Saturday night. Maybe some Solasta. And then if we don't play Solasta Saturday night, I'll play some Dragon's Dogma Saturday night. That's how we'll do it. And then we've got Sunday morning. We'll be back here. Hope everybody has a great week. And If you want to hang out and watch this game live, Lexaeus22 will be streaming it in 5 minutes. So I'll see you next time.